Hello everybody, Dave here again. Today I'm going to make a video, actually a step-by-step video on a couple different things, and I'm going to spell it out here what I'm going to do. These are the steps to end a race and to merge it into Winspeed, and I'm going to use my on-screen um, software here to show you what I'm doing along with creating the race and merging it into Winspeed on my screen files, and then I'm going to use my video recorder to show you what it looks like when I actually take the clocks and what I do on the clocks to get them to, merge into the computer that way. So you're going to have the whole process here on this one to watch. So these are the steps we're going to do. We're going to create a race into Winspeed here, and so this one will be on my this one will be on the screen here. Take the clocks and end the race. That's going to be on my video recorder next. Print out the evaluation sheets. That'll be on the video recorder. Save the file in Pidexx. I'll show that on my video recorder. Merge the race into Pidexx. Um, that one will probably be on my screen, and then clear out the clocks will be on the my video recorder. So those are the steps that we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is create the race into Winspeed. Now we got a race going this week for our club. It was at Blue Earth, Minnesota. The birds went up at 6 o'clock and 6:30. So let's go into Winspeed now and create that. So I'm going to open up Winspeed, and I have different files created. This is old bird season we're currently in, and after July will be my young bird season. So those databases are already created. So we'll double click on the old bird. Then I will go up here on the very top to race data, and we're going to add a race. And just for some of you to also know that, down below here, there is a, you can use these buttons here. I've never really used it, believe it or not. The race list is also another way where you could create the race that way too. But I've always just gone up and edit and added a race. So either way you like, if you get used to the buttons, click on those or that. Either way you'll get to it. Now we are sending from Blue Earth. Now as you can see on here, I've already had a race earlier into May. We had a race from that station already. So this race now, and I always put numbers in front of my race station. So, and we have an A and a B race always at those stations. So since we've had an A and a B, and we're having another one, this one is going to be races 3 and 4. Okay. So I click this drop down over here, and I go ahead to the current date, which is today. Our race was a day late because of weather, and normally we have it on the 17th, but the race is today. So it was on 6/18. This is going to be called 3 Blue Earth. This will be an A race. Here, I change this over to here. Make sure over here that you're on the correct station when you do this over here. Otherwise, even though it's called right, your station will be wrong and you'll have a mess. The release times was at 6 o'clock. Since it was, all the birds will make it home today because it's a very short race. I think it's only 200 miles. Not quite sure of that. But the sunrise and sunset I'm not going to alter. Now the wind and stuff, I do have that saved down below here. Now let's look at that. They did go up at 6, so the wind, as you can see, is 12 miles an hour out of the west-northwest. So 12 miles an hour north-northwest. Let's go back on that. And by the way, I used the snippet tools and I copied this off of Wonderground and got the weather conditions there. So it's clear at 50, we'll just say 58 degrees. Okay, so here it is clear. We got 58 degrees. Now the arrival time, a lot of members, I'm not a racing, I don't fly, I do not have birds. So the arrival time to me, most of them with that strong of a northwest, they're probably going to be home in a couple hours. So if I go into look at where I currently live here in Montello, Wisconsin, and I just kind of look at right now, it is 12:30. If I look at what it is now, it's here's the current conditions right now. I'm going to go back to the table and we'll look at that. It is still pretty strong wind. I'll use these coordinates here, which is, it's kind of, actually right now looking out my window, it is partly cloudy. It's not really overcast. 71, 15, west, northwest. So we can put those in there. So we can put this 15, west, northwest. And partly cloudy is fine, and 70 is fine, okay? So then I will go up here and I'll press add. And all of this stays the same over here in the release time. The only thing I need to change is this one up at 6:30 on the release time. And this race is a B race, okay? So I have now, I'm going to go and hit add. And, oops, I'm sorry. I needed to change this to 4. Confused me there. Okay, so the things I changed was, now it's a 4 blue earth, and I changed this to 6:30 and this to a B race. So we're going to hit add. So now I've got a 6 o'clock and a 6:30 A and B. And actually, now that the race is all done, this is all done, I can end out of here. Now I just have to wait for the members to bring their clocks over to me. And that, because that's how our race club does this. They'll bring the clocks over to me, and I will go in there. And there's only 5 birds fly, or 5 flyers in this race, and I'll be able to show you 2 of the clocks that we use, the M1s and the Addis tops. If you have an Express or a G2, I won't be able to show you on my video on this particular race on how to do that. Okay, sorry about that, but thank you for watching, and wait till I continue, go to the next set of videos, and that will be how to merge it into the race. Thank you. All right, everybody, this is Dave. Now I'm going to finally show you how I end a race, or actually print out the evaluation sheets, and then take the file after I've done that, printed them out, and merge that into Pidexx, okay? So those will be the steps that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do each clock one at a time. I've got my computer over here, and then this is the this is my club system up here, and I've got it all set up. We're on GPS coordinates up here for the atomic clock. So if you ever want to look at how it's hooked up in the back, I mean, this wire over here is for the GPS. This is my printer cable. This is the USB that comes down to the very front of my computer, because that has to communicate to Pidexx. And then I have the power adapter on this side here, which, you know, is plugged into the power, of course. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to end the race of one of the clocks. Let's start, and we're going to do the Addis 1 clocks first. So I have 4 of them, and bear with me here because I'm trying to do this one-handed, so it's kind of tough to do. So on the side of the club system, This cable on the far right here is for the cable here, which is for the M1 clock, okay? And we'll use that 1 second, so I'm just gonna kind of lay that one over the screen here. The other one, which I have the blue tape on here, is a regular 4-pin connector, and we will just pick one of the clocks here. Like I said, I have 4 of the members here, so I'm gonna hook that up to this member first. And when it comes up on the clock, you're gonna see that it says network check, and then it'll say execute authorization. Now with that, after you're sure you have an antenna or you have the connection with the GPS, our club uses the red badge here from Pidexx, and I will lay that in, and if you heard that on the clock, it makes a beep sound, and then on the clock you will see that it says print race is flashing. So that's what we want to do. So I'm going to select the choose button here, the red. Okay, 1 time. Then it'll come up and I have 2 races in the clock, 1 and 2. So I will select print for the first race, print race 1, and I'm going to hit red for yes. Okay, and then after I hit print, over on my printer there, the light flashes. And there's my evaluation sheet for race 1. We'll come back over here on the clock, and then I will use the down arrow so it is highlighted for the second race. The arrow is to the side of 2. I will hit print race 2, yes. That over there, it flashes on the printer, and that prints race 2. Okay? Now after that, the race is done for this flyer, but now I want to send that file into Pidexx. So on the left corner here where it says quit in the left, I will press quit. And the second one down, I'm going to arrow down so it's flashing and it says registration connect PC. Okay? That is connected on mine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up down in the corner here. I'm going to open up Pidexx, and when that opens up on the very top, there's one that says evaluation. Okay, that's the one you want to select. So I'm going to select evaluation, and when it comes back up, you'll notice now on the bottom here these little green arrows over here. This is what's reading out the clock data from the clock. So I'm going to select that, and when I do, in the middle there you will see, just hang on a minute, I'm going to pause this and check something. I'm sorry, what I forgot to do is on the clock, remember I showed you it was flashing, I forgot to hit enter. So it should say on there, communicate with PC. Now that it says communicate with PC, now over here I can hit on the green arrows and it should go fine, and it will pop up and it'll say checking system data. And you will see as it goes through there, scrolls through all the birds that he put in the race. And when that box goes away and it goes to here, down in the lower corner now you'll see Winspeed for XP2000, this WS. You click on that. Now this is very important. You always want to make sure that you save your file in the Pidexx under the C drive. So I'm going to drop this down up here. I'm going to go to the C drive, and under there I have a folder called Pidexx. And now that file, which is a .d00 file, will get saved in there. All you need to do is hit save, and now that file is in there, okay? So that's how you get, that's one clock done, okay? Now I'm going to unplug his clock because his is done. And I'm going to plug in the next clock. Same way. Again, that one will say network check. Execute authorization. I never can say that. And I'm going to take the red badge, put that over the Club 1 system, and here it's going to say print race. I'm going to press the red button once, then print race 1, yes. That will print. I don't need to show you the printer. I'm just going to hit the down arrow to race 2. Hit print. Yes. You probably can hear the printer in the background. Alright, that's done. I'm going to press quit. I'm going to arrow down to register.com computer and hit red choose. Now it says communication with PC. Back over on my screen here, I'm going to press the green arrows to communicate. That box comes up with this flyer. It'll go through how many birds he had in the race. When that box goes away, I can go down to the WS icon, and again, I'll notice this is saving it in the Addis folder. There's the other file, and then I'm going to click save on this one. Now that file's done, okay? We're moving right along, so I'm going to unplug this clock. Bear with me. Then I'm going to click in the next flyer. His says network check 2. Execute authorization. I'm going to run the red badge over the M1 or the club system. There it beeps. Here it says print race. I'm going to hit choose. Print race 1, yes. Arrow down to select race 2. Press print, yes. That will print. When that is done, I will press quit. Then I will press register PC. Hit choose so it says communicate with PC. Go back over to the laptop. Go down to the green circle arrows. This is to let you know communicating between the clock and that. This will go through his birds. He didn't have many birds, so now I can move over to the icon and save that one to that too. So now we have 3 clocks done. And we got one more to do. Bear with me as I plug this one in. I will run the red badge over the club system. We'll do the same thing again. Print race choose. Print, yes. Pretty much you're always just using either the arrows or the green and the red. Then I will arrow down to race number 2. So the this arrow over here is next to it. Then I will hit print. Yes. that will print. Then I will arrow down to quit, or I'll just hit quit. Arrow down to register PC so it's flashing. Hit choose, communicate. Back up to the laptop. I will hit the green arrows. It'll read out his clock. When that's done, then I can hit the WS icon and hit save. Now there's 4 done. Now I'm going to switch to the M1 clocks. I only have 2 of them, so bear with me. That is this nice big pin job here. That's the however many 25 pins. This one gets plugged in to the front of this. I think you can figure that out, so let me do that and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I plugged it in. This is what your screen will look like. You'll see network check. And it'll come up with all 4 corners, the yellow, red, blue, and green in each corner. We want to do the green one in the lower right where it says evaluation. Okay, so I'm going to press evaluation. It says execute authorization. I will also run the red badge over. This is a lot louder on the M1s, and we want to do evaluation up on the yellow. So I'm going to press up here, yellow, and there's 2 races in there, okay? Once I get the first one highlighted, I use the check down here, check, and it'll say clocks compared, yes. Press the green, print, yes, green, printing evaluation list. Pretty simple. This one's just got more prompts to follow with the buttons. You'll hear my printer go off here in a minute. That's going off. Now it comes back up. We're going to press the yellow again for evaluation. There's the second race. It's highlighted, so I'm going to press the check here. It'll read out the clock compared. I'm going to hit green for yes over here. Print evaluation, yes, so that's green. Printing list. Now, after that prints, the next choice is to communicate with the PC, and that's pretty easy. You see on your screen you got PC communicate number red, so you're going to hit red, communicate with PC. Now I can come back over to this one and go down to the corner, hit the readout clock, the green arrows, that's reading out his clock. And if you could see there, he's reading all those birds, 24, 5, 6, all of them. When that goes away, it's done. Then I can go down and click the WS to read out and save it to that directory or that folder, okay? That's done, okay? So I'm going to pause it while I uncollect this person's clock and plug in the next one. Hang on. Alright, and by the way, when I unplug it, I don't hit quit or nothing. I just unplug it after it's, uploaded and everything. So you'll have your 4 menus like the last one. And we're reading out a race, so we're going to hit evaluate, the green one in the corner here. Execute authorization. Okay, we're going to do evaluate, the yellow up here. And it's highlighted on the first race, so we're going to hit the check to select it. Yes, green. Print the list, yes. Okay, that's done. That'll print. When I'll print out the second race and then upload it, we'll be done. So here's the evaluation. Yes. Race number 2. Check. Yes. Green. And yes to print. When that's done, then we can hit PC communicate. Communicate with PC. Come back over here, hit your green arrows. This will read out his clock. When it's done, go select the WS. See, I'm in Adams. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's his file, and I'm going to hit save on that. And that's done. So there is our 6 clocks. You know, there were 6 files. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I am done with that. I'm going to pause it, and I'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, I'm back. So let's go back over our checklist and see what we've accomplished so far. So earlier on the first video I did, we did create a race in Winspeed. Then I got the clocks and I ended the race with the red badge. I printed out all the evaluation sheets and I saved the file in Pidexx in the Addis folder. Now what I'm going to do, excuse me, is merge the race into Winspeed from Pidexx, okay? So I'm going to minimize this. We're going to open up Winspeed and go back into the old bird season. Now, if you remember, you know, we saved all of those evaluations in the C:/Addis folder. And up here on the top, there's a button that says clocks. There's actually 2 of them. You could, I always click on the clocks, and our clocks are all Addis clocks, okay? So I click on that. This is what the menu looks like. And we're going to walk through it slowly just so you see. Now, it does say on there that you could select a source from an A drive. So I guess if you saved it to a floppy, you could get those folders, you know, off of there if they're on a floppy. But see how it's in the C:/Addis? So I'm going to select that one. There's our races right there that we saved into that folder. I highlight it. I come up here and hit next. And on the next one, you got 2 choices on how the names appear or match up in Winspeed, real names or loft names. Now, the way that I happen to create all of the flyers in ours, they're all by really last name only, so it doesn't really make a difference which one I choose. I got to go and match up the name to the name in the race anyway. So we'll leave real names. And I always leave at the top one. I don't overwrite my color and sex. I know our flyers never go through and change it in their clock, so I leave it at the top one selected. So we're going to hit next. And up here, now here, there says there's no match for Wojta, but he's really in there. He's the second guy from the top. Wilson says there's no match for him, but it's John Wilson here. There's the last name of Stanley. Bierski is Paul, and Menke is Fritz. Okay, and then Siflarski is Frank. So now that they're all selected, these are what's in the clock. You know, we had race 1 and 2. Now they want you to match them into this area. So the first race here, drop this down. Was really Blue Earth, which is 3 Blue Earth. And race 2 is 4 Blue Earth. Okay, so down here, if you made a mistake, you could clear your matches out and do it again. But anyway, that's how you do that. So now it's set for the next thing. So you hit next. Would you like the number of birds transferred to limit them? I always hit no. And here I always select yes, and it will save the thing. So I hit save. All of it is successful, and I hit OK. Now it just comes back to the screen. And it's like, well, what do I do now? Well, actually, the race is all figured now. So all I need to do now is if you come up to the printer icon, click on that once, come down to here's 3 Blue Earth, double click on it, and it'll come up here in a minute, and there is the race figured for that. And if you come up here, you'll see there's 6 lofts. That's very important. We did 6 clocks, so there should be 6 birds or 6 lofts in there. So that's the A race, and here's the B race, and I'll hit just make report, and that comes up. And Bob won the second race, and there's 6 of those. So that is how you do, you know, how you do that. So that's how you merge it in. And if you notice, there wasn't any physical entry of times or anything, because as long as all of the clocks are brought to me, Um, it's just a matter of plugging and selecting files and importing, and it's all done. You don't have to go through and put times in there. If somebody did have a manual time, though, what you would have to do is go up here to race data and clock a bird, and like Bob. Now, if I go down to that race here, now here's his birds that came in. But if he had another bird that didn't make it in the merge, or if he was another one, you would have to go down in here in this area and manually, put all of his data in down here, and that's where that goes. And up here, you can see he put 21 birds in the race, and that's how you manually do it. And I do have to do it sometimes for a couple members who call their time in, but most of the time, the 99% are all bringing their clocks in. So um, that's how easy it is. So hope this was helpful for you people. Any questions? Like I said, my email is always available, or you can contact me anytime you want. I'll be glad to help anybody out or ask questions. So thank you and have a good day.